All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Baha Wadash, which is the Paleo Hebrew for the name of the Heavenly Father, being Yahweh, and the name of his Son, being Yahweh Shai. All right, the only names in which salvation could be obtained, whether you could receive it or not. Double honors be unto the elders and the apostles at GMS Great Millstone, who through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, rule all of the nation of Israel well today. Once again, whether you can receive that or not, and peace, love, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect of the house of Israel, who are able to receive these things needful for salvation, man. And part of those things would be the Apocrypha. Okay, this is Baruch 3 and 4. It says, "O Lord Almighty, thou power of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites and of their children which have sinned before thee." Okay, so what's going on in this time of Baruch? I'll go ahead and finish off the verse. First it says, "And not hearken unto the voice of their power, for the which cause these plagues cleave unto us." Okay, so you'll have a lot of grape juicers and what have you will pull this out and see, oh, you use it as a point to say that, the Apocrypha is not biblical. Okay, because, he's saying to hear the prayers of the dead Israelites, which, we know, according to the book of Proverbs and, various scriptures, that's unbiblical for not only for the dead to pray, but for you to pray to the dead. However, you do have, the blood crying unto Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, him seeing the atrocities that are done here to these Israelites. But with that being said, all right, just like they always say, you got to look at the context of the scripture, man. Okay, they like to say that, to us when we're pulling precepts out. All right, but the thing about the Christian church, man, and all these different, ideologies related to them is that, they're completely hypocritical, man. Because when you see this chapter going on, verse 1, it says, "O Lord Almighty, power of Israel, the soul in anguish, the troubleth spirit crieth unto thee. Hear, O Lord, and have mercy, for thou art merciful, and have pity on us, because we have sinned before thee. For thou endurest forever, and we perish utterly." Okay, so showing you that this time of the Baruch is very similar to the time of the Lamentations. All right, they're lamenting, all right, for because it's taken place during the beginning of these curses coming upon the nation of Israel. When I say these curses, I'm referring to Deuteronomy 28 and 15 on through. All right, that these curses would befall upon them if they didn't hearken unto the Most High. Okay, and that's exactly what he's going into. All right, what Baruch is beseeching Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai about. All right, but let's go ahead and grab a quick precept. This is Proverbs 21 and 16, and it reads, "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." Okay, so in a spiritual state of death. Okay, the basically walking zombies. All right, now let's go ahead and jump into the book of Ephesians. Slocky, let me just grab start at the right spot here. Slocky, it's Ephesians 5. This is Ephesians 5 and 14. It reads, "Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light." Okay, so showing you that these Israelites, they would be put in a place of spiritual death. Okay, a place of sleep. Okay, with their eyes closed, their ears closed. Okay, just void of understanding. All right, but Yahweh Shai, has given us a light, has given us a way out of that way, man. Has given us a way out of the world, has given us a way out of this society. Okay, because society, as you know it, with the wicked barren rule, all right, they're pushing all these left-handed vibrations, and without being brought out of that, then you're falling for everything that they put before you, man. Whether it be the RFID chip, all right, or whatever it may be, all right. But just further expounding upon the fact that that scripture in Baruch is talking about the Israelites. Okay, the very much physically alive Israelites, but spiritually dead. All right, now let's go ahead and I want to jump down and highlight another verse, and then we'll continue reading through it. This is verse 10. It says, how happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead. Okay, defiled with the dead. Okay, showing you they're defiled, broken down. All right, basically made as as the spiritually dead. And as you finish off the remaining end of this verse, for the which cause these plagues cleave unto us. Okay, so these plagues have cleaved unto them. Salaki, I'm gonna read this whole verse again. It says, O power almighty, thou power of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites, of their children, of their children, which have sinned before thee, and not hearkened unto the voice of their power. All right, now remember that part, and not hearken unto the voice of their power, for the which cause these plagues cleave unto us. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and run into the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and 15, and you'll see how it ties into a word for word, man. It's talking about these curses coming upon Israel, but Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of thy power. All right, just like Baruch said. This has come to pass because we have not hearkened unto the voice of thy power. It says, to observe and do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right, and it goes into them being, all these different curses that fit the 12 tribes of Israel today, so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. All right, verse 41, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, and thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Man, I know, right now I'm over here at the grind, man. I don't ever get to even see my kids, man, because you're always working. All right, but that just shows you, part of this captivity on this side. Salakia, one moment. Con Salakia, going on, verse 37. That shall become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations. Right, niggas, spics, redskins, whether Yahweh shall lead thee. All right, so wherever he leads you, into all nations. So this is exactly what was going on in the time of Baruch. Okay, and you see a grape juicer will go and Google why the Apocrypha doesn't belong in the Bible, and it'll pull up this Baruch 3 and 4, and these guys don't even look into it, man. All right, let me go ahead and grab another precept. This is the book of Proverbs 14 and 15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well into his going. Okay, and something that I could co-sign to this is I was getting ready to do a sit down on something, but first I wanted to look into it, because I had it was told to me by a grape juicer, but they were telling me that the first 10 letters, or it's lucky not first 10 letters. I'll go ahead and pull it up. I think I still have it on my. Oh, it's not on here. Hold on, Salakia. Yeah, this guy was trying to tell me that the first 10 names in the scriptures, that there was a breakdown within them. Because we're talking about the meaning of names and whatnot. But yeah, so then I looked it up, to look into it, and they're saying, these names in Hebrew have a breakdown, have a meaning, so they took all the first 10 names, from Adam to Noah, and they're trying to, they're pulling it out, saying it means man appointed mortal, sorrow, the blessed shall come, teaching is death, the comfort or rest. So basically, just an outline of the scriptures that, it started off, your man being put in the flesh. Yahushua came and delivered them from it, and then he's coming back for the destruction and to deliver the elect, basically, is the breakdown. But as I went in to actually get the meaning of these names, none of them were meaning what it tells you that they mean here. So just an example, something to co-sign or further expound upon the point that these guys, man, they just believe in everything they're told. All right, because I could have just pulled up that website and did the lesson on it, but then it would have been wrong. If the blind leadeth the blind, they both shall fall into a ditch. All right, so we got to look well into our doing, especially you know, if we're going to go ahead and use these things as teaching points. All right. But, you know, you see, man, if these grape juicers took a minute to actually read the scriptures or to study these things that they were told, instead of just reading that Baruch 3 and 4 is talking about they're praying for dead people, or that dead people are praying, then you know, then they would receive understanding. But they don't do that, man. Once again, the biggest hypocrites. All right. Verse 5, it says, Baruch 3 and 5, remember not the iniquities of our forefathers, but think upon the power of thy name now at this time. So what did he just say? Remember not the iniquity. Why would they be praying for their fathers, or why would their fathers be praying if they're saying to not remember them? Or Salakia, to remember not them. All right. Verse 6, it says, for thou art Salakia, thou art the Lord our power, and thee, O Lord, will we praise. For this cause thou shalt put thy fear in all our hearts, or thou hast put thy fear in all our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name. Right, looking around and seeing these curses that are put upon you, man. You really have no choice but to self-reflect. Okay, when you're put in the place of discipline, when you're caught for doing what you're doing, and you're put in the place of discipline. Okay, so you know that's what they're doing. Look, these curses have hit us. We've been warned. All these different prophets coming forth. Baruch was the scribe for Jeremiah, and now these curses have cleaven unto us. We're put in that spiritual dead state, but Yahushua came and delivered us from that, man. That's why you have the truth being spread right now, because when Yahushua went up, the Spirit was poured upon men. All right, and with the Spirit being poured upon men, they were able to receive these breakdowns and these understandings. All right, and especially as time gets closer and closer, man, more and more prophecy unfolds. All right. Going on, it says, Salakia. Going on, it says, for we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee. Okay, so they're saying, you know, we remember all the iniquity that we and our forefathers have done. Okay, but you know, blot it out. Don't remember them. Verse 8, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. Right, we are yet this day in our captivity because of this stuff, man. Because of us not following these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, as you go on verse 9, he tells you it's to listen to the commandments of life. It says, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments. Right, going back into the curses. You shall go to the want of your enemies for all things. All right, so, you know, anything that we need, we have to go, or Salaki, we have to go to our enemies for the want of all things, man. Anything that you need, you have to go to Esau for. You don't ever go to you know, you can't go to find the 12 tribes of Israel, you know, with Yahushua and get what you need. That ain't the way it works, man. We're put subject underneath these people, man. All right. Going on, verse, finish it off. It says, according to all the iniquities of our forefathers, which departed from the Lord our power, hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understanding and wisdom. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead, that thou art counted with them that go down to the grave, thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. Right, they forsook the fountain of wisdom, man. All right, so showing you that they were all in the time of the curses, man. That's exactly what that verse is talking about. Okay, verse 13. For if thou hadst walked in the way of power, thou shouldest have dwelled in peace forever. Right. And this reminds me of the book of the Psalms. Now I'm gonna have to find this precept. But yeah, man, you know, if we would have been right with Yahweh Shem Yahushai to begin with, man, we would have never had to be under these Edomites, man. These Edomites would actually be extinct. We would have had the triumph over them a long time ago, because just like it was appointed, it was commanded, all right, for us to have destroyed all of the heathen around us, all right, and to and to destroy the Amalekites, all right, that King Saul was supposed to do, but he had mercy upon him. So it ended up turning around, and they were a thorn in our side, man, just like it was prophesied that they would be. Con, here it is. I found it. This is Psalms 81 in verse 13. It reads, "Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of Yahweh should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. He should have fed them also with the finest of wheat, and with the honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee." Right, man. All of our enemies would have been put under us and put out of the way, man. Okay, but we went off and these curses got put upon us, and it is what it is, man. All right, there's nothing that's done that isn't according to the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. All right. His whole plan is going forth just as it should. All right, you go and you give your kids $100 a day, then they ain't gonna appreciate $5, man. But you give your kid $1 a year, then he's gonna appreciate it. All right, much less $100. Okay, but anyway, going on, it says. Let's see where we left off at, Salakia. Verse 14, it says, we'll start at 13 again. "For if thou hadst walked in the way of Yahweh, thou shouldst have dwelt in peace forever." All right, once again, showing you, man. It says, "Learn where is wisdom, where is strength, where is understanding, that thou mayest know also where is length of days, and life, where is the light of eyes, and peace. Who hath found out her place, or who hath come into her treasures? Where is the princes of the heathen become, and such as ruled the beasts upon the earth? They that had their pastime with the fowls of the air, the birds of the air, and they that hoard up silver as gold, wherein men trust, and made no end of their getting. For they thought they that wrought in silver, and were so careful, and whose works are unsearchable, they are vanished and gone down to the grave, and others are come up in their steads. Young men have seen light, and dwelt upon the earth, but the way of knowledge they have not known, nor understood the paths thereof, nor laid hold of it. Their children were far off from that way." All right, showing you, man, that this truth will be lost. Going into the book of the Thessalonians. All right, this truth will be lost, and we get to a point where in these last days the truth will be poured upon men. All right, the Spirit would be poured upon these men, and you would have camps raising up all throughout the earth and prophesying the downfall of this place, man. Prophesying the kingdom of heaven, prophesying and preserving the elect, all right, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, but with that, we'll go ahead and close it up, man. Just a quick breakdown on Baruch 3, and especially that Baruch 3 and 4. All right. With that, Lord willing, is edifying. I want to say, call Allah Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at GMS Great Millstone, and peace, love, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Shalom.